Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. So we got our first look here at The Walking Dead season 11B. It's a teaser image, so I want to talk about this, talk about sort of like I guess where we're going at now, sort of recap episode 8 and then when to expect some more teasers and yeah, and then we'll break down this teaser here. So yeah, I mean, before we go any further, obviously if you're interested in getting all of my Walking Dead content all year long, then make sure to hit subscribe. This year's going to be a really big year. Right now, we're building up for The Walking Dead Season 11B to return in, like I said, just over a month. How many days is it now? It's January 2nd today, so we have 29 days left, and then it returns on the 13th, so that's 42 days. I mean, that's going to fly by. 6 weeks, basically, right? So 6 Sundays, and 6 Sundays from now, it'll actually be here. So, yeah, I'm really excited for that. I really can't wait, and I mean, we're going to be getting a lot of trailers and stuff beforehand. Now we're basically on trailer watch. It's going to drop at some point in the next, like, maybe this week, right? If not this week, then next week. So yeah, we're on trailer watch right now. I really can't wait to see what they're gonna show off, because all we got so far was just like that little small teaser, and we saw some of the characters at the Commonwealth. It was interesting, like in a sense that they gave us so much, right? I wasn't expecting to see those characters there. But, you know, they gave us that much, which was, I'm not going to complain about that. But for this next trailer to like wow us and like to get us like excited for this next part, it's got to be really good. And so they're probably going to give us a lot more. You know, we saw a little thing of Pamela Milton. I think we're going to see some more from Sebastian in the trailer. And I think Pamela Milton will actually see some scenes of her talking. We'll get a little bit more of a narrative as to what's going on, like which characters are going to be interacting with Pamela, because we don't really know that, right? Like, is Daryl going to be interacting with her quite a bit? The impression I have is no, not really. It's going to be like Carol or something like that. But that's only my impression because of what we saw in that little teaser. So once we actually get an actual trailer that drops, then that could actually give us a lot more insight as to what part B is going to look like. Because if you go back to the actual Comic-Con trailer and you look at what they gave us there, a lot of what we got in those episodes were basically what happened in the first, like, however many, right? We got the vibe, we got what the next part of the story is going to be. And so I'm really excited for this trailer because I know it's going to give us that. I know it's going to give us the tone, the feeling of what this part B is going to be like. And yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, 42 days until The Walking Dead returns, so I'm really hyped for that. We did get this photo here. It's of Maggie. This is a TV line exclusive. I always forget. Sometimes they do get like photos and stuff from AMC, and they're usually the first ones to do it. Like they'll post a random photo of whatever. But yeah, very cool here. It says The Walking Dead season 11B, Maggie sees blood, red, 2022 first look. I'll leave a link down below if you actually want to check out the article. It's a fun article to read. I mean, if you're a Walking Dead fan, you're going to love it. But the image is really interesting. Obviously, I mean, we already knew it was going to happen, but like this confirms Maggie does make it out of that situation. We know most of the characters are going to make it out. I guess there is some like wonders about Elijah, but I believe you see Elijah in one of the teasers. He's like really small on the screen because it's like an aerial shot, but you can see him, I think, or at least a lot of people were saying, oh, I think that's him. So I don't know, like maybe it wasn't, but I could definitely see, like, if that wasn't him, I could see him being a death just because he just got pretty badly wounded, right? In episode 8. Not even that, there's still Alden out there. So after they deal with the Reapers and they go back, right? Like, and that's the thing too, I will say the Reapers might not be dealt with right away. They might just kind of escape the Reapers and then I guess take some supplies and that and then leave, which I will say I'm really like, I'm going to try and I guess really see how this arc evolves, because it originally started because they needed food in Alexandria, right? And so if they just go there, defeat the Reapers, come back, and they have no food, then like, what the hell, right? They got to come back with like stuff, or they have to sort of, I guess, maybe chase the Reapers out of the base. Like, I think that's possible. They could chase them out, and then they take all that food and supplies and then leave. And then in some sense, they actually were pretty successful, right? But anyways, going back to my original point, Alden's still out there. And I guess my last video or whatever it was that I did a couple days ago was, you know, my top 10 episodes. I had Hunted up there, and because Hunted I really enjoyed. Honestly, Hunted to me was a really great episode, and that was a big cliffhanger. Honestly, I know episode 8 ended in a big cliffhanger with like the Watcha, I think it was called. You know, like you had those little mini missiles, whatever, coming at them, fireworks or whatever. Alden's death and just the status, I guess, not necessarily his death, but the status of Alden, I think, is bigger. He was bleeding out, like, and not even that, he looked so sick. So, I mean, most of our predictions for part A, where it was that, you know, it was going to end with Alden's death, sort of a thing, like that big of a reveal. And I still think that's true to this day. I think episode 9 is going to reveal to us that Alden's dead in that church. I think it's going to be a very sad moment. I hope it's not just like a 30-second scene or something, though. I hope it's not something where, they deal with the Reapers, they do whatever, and then we get this sort of montage with like sad music playing. And then we just see Maggie and Negan show up to the church, open the doors, and then we see Alden as a zombie, and then it's just really sad. And then she's forced to like walk up and like stab him, and then just cuts to another scene. Like, I don't want it to be like that. And then they have like this sad music playing, and they're sort of showing like other sides to like what's going on. Like this is heartbreaking, and then we see Daryl going through stuff which is heartbreaking, and then some stuff at Alexandria is heartbreaking. I don't want it to be a montage like that, because I think Alden deserves so much more. I mean, that's sort of where I'm at right now too. I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna fit all of this in episode 9. I know the Commonwealth aren't going to be that very big. So if you're actually looking at the two major storylines that they have to fit into these episodes, it's going to be obviously the Reaper stuff, and then it's going to be the stuff in Alexandria, right? And so I think the Reaper battle stuff is going to be done very quick. Honestly, very quick. I think we're going to see them kind of running away or whatever. I think the opening credits are going to run, because for some reason they can't do exciting things like that for a long time. If you notice that the last couple of seasons, whenever there's a war of any kind, like they just do an extended like 5 minutes or something like that as an opening scene, and then the credits roll, and then all of a sudden it's just something else. It's daytime out of nowhere, right? So I think they'll probably do a very similar thing here. And then for most of the episode, it's just going to be them kind of, I guess, traveling back and taking supplies. We're going to see Gabriel fight that priest or whatever. I can't remember what his name was now, but we're going to see that. We're going to see Negan encountering Carter in that hallway. Just some more like Reaper encounters, but I think it's going to end in a way where they get away. I'm honestly, at this point, I'm predicting that the Reapers are going to survive, or at least Leah will. I don't know if they'll really be the Reapers anymore, but I think that Leah for sure will survive, because I think she's going to play a bigger role still in Part B, but we'll have to wait and see. At the same time, we're going to have Judith dealing with that walker, Judith and Grace, right? Dealing with that walker inside in that basement there in one of the houses. So we have all of this going on right now. And I just think that they got to somehow wrap everything up, still pay off Maggie finding Alden, and if Alden's dead or however that's going to go. And not even that, there's still Daryl and Connie's reunion, and then the Commonwealth show up. And so it's a lot to do. Again, the Commonwealth won't be a big thing. It's probably just going to be Jerry reacting to them arriving. It's going to be a very final scene. I hope the mid-season premiere, or no, I guess it's not the mid-season premiere, but I hope the premiere for Part B is extended by like 20 minutes at least. I think you need that. And that's really it for the most part. To be honest, I think a lot of, and I will say that's something that The Walking Dead has definitely lacked on, at least in recent seasons. I think in previous seasons, we would get those extended premieres or extended finales by like 10 minutes or 20 minutes sometimes. And nowadays, it doesn't really seem like it. Like, it seems like, yeah, this episode should be longer because they have to do this, that we got to fit it all in. But then when the episode comes out, it's so short. It's never that. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see once we actually learn what the runtime is going to be. And I can't wait for the trailer to come out. Definitely go follow me on Twitter. As soon as it posts, I'll retweet it or whatever. I mean, if you're new to the channel and you want more Walking Dead content like this, then make sure to hit subscribe, because I will do a video on it breaking down everything scene for scene the second it releases. And yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. It's still like we still have to watch 16 more episodes. So that's still 16 more weeks, plus all the hype in between and all the other shows. But, The Walking Dead is ending this year. And so it's going to be interesting to see, like, this is going to be a big year for us, because AMC wants The Walking Dead to continue on for a long time, right? Like, they're ending the main show this year, mostly because I think of the budget and how much it's costing them to get those actors. They got to pay everybody there. It's not just like the main three, like Maggie, or even 4, if you're including Negan, right? With like Daryl and Carol. They got to pay everybody else. Like, everyone else, they're pretty big characters on the show, right? Like, you have like Gabriel, Rosita, Eugene, Ezekiel. Some of them might die this season, but there's a lot of characters there that you're paying a lot, right? So I think that's a big reason why they're ending the show now, because obviously the ratings are going to drop a little bit, and you can do a spinoff just focused on Daryl and Carol and make the story so much better by getting new actors and actresses on, just bringing on new characters that you don't have to pay as much. And the show's probably going to be, I wouldn't say as successful, but pretty successful, right? The show's going to be big. It's Daryl and Carol. You think I'm not going to be watching that? I'm going to be watching that, like, definitely. So, like, that show is dropping in a year from now, right? And next year in 2023. It could be in the spring. It could be in the summer, fall. We don't know that yet, but it's definitely dropping in 2023. And so it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a really big year. It's gonna be so much to talk about. And like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see how AMC is going to handle all of this, because The Walking Dead is ending. They're going to want to promote the shit out of everything else, like Tales of the Walking Dead, the Daryl and Carol spinoff, the Rick movie. And that's why I think that they will announce more stuff with the Rick movie later this year. Once the show ends, they're going to want to keep that interest alive. And so they're going to say something, release something that's going to get us all super excited, right? It's not going to be one of those little pointless updates. It's going to be like an actual release date, an actual like, oh, we're filming now. Or it's going to be actually something where we're like really hyped, really excited. So yeah, this is going to be a big year. Definitely really excited, but post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.